I want to start off by saying, call halal Yahawah ba'Hashem Mashiach YAHAWAH'S, and that's giving all praises to the infinite, inexplicable, who the world calls God and Jesus, whose Hebrew biblical name is that of Yahawah, and his son name is YAHAWAH'S. And what that means is salvation. YAHAWAH'S means salvation. Who are we? We are the Hebrew Israelites, according to biblical narrative, archaeology, anthropology, and just plain common sense. We've come out here to speak to our people, to bring them out of this wilderness, to bring them out of this Hellenized nation, and bring them to the truth. As we see this nation being destroyed, the so-called Americas, United Snakes of America, and for all its crimes, is soon to be destitute. The race wars are coming, and a lot of our people are not girded up and ready for war. But first of all, we have to have a mentality and be spiritually in tune with our power if we ever want to see victory. All right? So give me the book of Genesis, chapter 10, and give me verses 1 through 5. You give me Genesis, the book of Genesis. In the Hebrew, it's the Barashit or the Barashat, which is not really in the beginning, but it means at the start. So we're going to start here. Give me the book of Genesis 25. We can start at verse 21 and read on down to 23. Because there is a narrative being pushed in America that we're all supposed to get along. We're not supposed to get along. It was never meant for us to come together. And we're fighting against a natural paradigm. It's supposed to be division. We're not all equal. We're not all the same. We're not supposed to love everybody. It's going to be bloodshed. It's going to be war. I mean, I don't understand. The United States of America is the most violent nation on the planet Earth. How did it establish its foundation? Why are we over here? Are we over here because America decided to sing rainbows and talk about lollipops and have a peaceful negotiation with the North American Indian? Is that how this land was established? Were people asked to come over here on slave ships and build America up from the ground because the so-called European was eating out of a skull in the Caucasus Mountains? Or how did they get it? Did they gain their authority and foothold through rape, robbery, and murder? Somebody answered the question. Well, if it's rape, robbery, and murder that they've gained, a just power is going to pay them back for the things that they've done. That's right. Read what you got.
It's the book of Genesis chapter 27, verse 40. And by thy sword shalt thou live, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass, when thou shalt have the dominion, that thou, is talking about Esau, shall break his yoke from off thy neck.
So again, we see, and we are the only people that have had a yoke on our neck. All right? We are the ones that have been put in bondage and chained. But I want to talk to y'all about the separation, all right? And why it is futile to teach a Christian doctrine. Why it is futile to teach that we all going to get along. All right, and that we're all going to sing Kumbaya and love one another. It hasn't worked, and it will never work. Cancer won't leave unless it's cut out. You can't play with cancer in your body. You can't romanticize cancer in your body. Cancer has to be eradicated. Read what you got.
This is generations 10 from the top. Now these are the generations of the son of Noah, Shem, Ham, and Japheth. And unto them were sons born after the flood.
Sons were born when?
After the flood.
So this is after the flood, at the start. Come on.
The sons of Japheth, Gomer, and Magog, and Madai, and Javan, and Tubal, and Meshiach, and Tyrus. And the sons of Gomer, Ashkenaz, and Riphath, and Togarmah. And the sons of Javan, Elisha, and Tarshish.
These are all the sons. This is the existence of man on the earth after the flood. Come on.
Kittim and Dodanim. By these were the isles of the Gentiles divided in their land.
The isles of the Gentiles were divided in their land. Who did that? I just want to pause the question, because if we were all supposed to get along, according to the biblical narrative, the Heavenly Father would have been easy for him to just bring us all together. But they were what? Read that part, verse 5.
But by these were the isles of the Gentiles, divided in their lands.
What were they?
Divided in their lands.
They were divided in their lands. So division was from the beginning. Division was from the start. We were all supposed to get along. It was easy for him to say, you know what, at the Tower of Babel, I'm not going to divide everybody. I'm not going to confuse the languages, right? Read what you got.
Leviticus 20 and 26. And ye shall be holy unto me, for I Yahweh am holy, and have severed you from other people.
So who said they severed from other people? Read that again.
Leviticus 20, verse 26. And you shall be holy unto me, for I Yahweh am holy, and have severed you from other people.
So he's the one that separated us from other people. So if you're trying to bring everybody together, you know you're fighting against the Heavenly Father. Let me further this through the doctrine of the Israelites. Give me the book of, he's got Leviticus. Give me the book of Deuteronomy 32 and start at verse 7.
You want 20 from the top?
Leviticus 20, give me 21. Start at verse 21.
This is Leviticus 21 from the top.
Leviticus 20 and 21.
20 and 21.
Leviticus chapter 20, verse 21.
And if a man shall take his brother's wife, it is unclean. It is an unclean thing. He hath uncovered his brother's nakedness. They shall be childless. Ye shall therefore keep all my statutes and all my judgments and do them.
Now, who was he talking to? He wasn't talking to all those other nations. He was talking to Israelites. Read on. We're going to further prove it.
Ye shall therefore keep all my statutes and all my judgments and do them, that the land whither I bring you to dwell therein spill you not out.
Read on. This was our protection. And this is what we got to learn as so-called Negroes. Get back to our power. Keep the laws, statutes, and commandments. And the Most High is going to separate us from these heathens, man. We're not going to have to deal with being shot down by the wicked race soldiers. We're not going to have to deal with oppression at an all-time high. We don't have to deal with unjust judgment and being locked up in prison houses. We won't be having to deal with the genocide and the drugs that are pushed in our community and the self-hatred that's perpetrated by our enemies. We got to leave them alone, man. I don't understand why our people have such a problem. They don't love you. They tolerate you.
That's right.
They tolerate you. They got better conditions for their goddamn dogs,
That's
man.
right. That's right.
What are you talking about? They got dog hospitals. You know, that don't even make no sense. And our people out here homeless in the street. And we built America. As far as I'm concerned, everything here is free for the so-called Negro.
Yeah.
You can't steal a damn thing. Read.
And ye shall not walk in their manners of the nation.
You should what?
And ye shall not walk in the manners of the nation.
So why is the so-called Negro, Latino, Native American, Seminole Indian trying to be like the so-called European? The Most High told us to do what?
And ye shall not walk in the manners of thy nation.
You're not supposed to be like them. Stop trying to emulate them. The blonde hair, the blue eyes. You know that's recessive.
That's right.
Those are recessive genes.
That's right.
The sun don't even like lack of melanin. And you want to be like that. The sun hates Esau, the so-called European, the Idumean, the devil that the Bible speaks of. That's a deceiver. Read.
And ye shall not walk in the manners of the nation.
We're not supposed to be like the Hamites, putting bones through your nose, allowing cows to piss on your head. It ain't just about skin complexion. It's about tribe. And the Most High divided us as tribes, as nations. Even in Africa, they got a whole bunch of tribes. They don't all get along.
That's right.
Because it's tribal. Some of them cut their face. Then you got another tribe say, no, we don't do that. That's not our culture. And they go to war. And they've been going to war with one another. It was never supposed to be we all go get along. We got to separate because you need to get along with your creator. You got to get along with your power if you ever want any authority. Read.
Which I cast out before you, for they committed all these things.
They do what?
For they committed all these things.
Read on.
And therefore I abhorred them. But I have said unto you, ye shall inherit their land.
We'll do what?
Ye shall inherit their land.
How are we going to inherit their land if we're getting along with everybody? If we having peaceful negotiations, the Most High said that the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Seminole Indians of indigenous descent, we're going to inherit their land. How do you get land? How did the ancient Israelites get land? Did they ask for it? No, they took it.
That's right.
The kingdom of the Most High suffered violence, and the violence taken by force. We don't understand that the Most High has raised up men to be an army and to be warriors and to fight. How you gonna fight and win against your enemy when you're trying to be like him? When you like him, when you love him, when you accept everything he does, and then you forgive him for the slaughter of your people. It's disgusting out here to see a so-called black woman with a so-called European. It's disgusting to see a so-called black man with a so-called European woman. It's disgusting to us. We despise it because the Heavenly Father despises it. The Bible records we're never supposed to get along. Read.
But I have said unto you, ye shall inherit their land, and I will give it unto you to possess it, in a land that floweth with milk and honey. I am the Lord your God, which have separated you from other people.
That did what?
Which have separated you from other people.
Read that part again. I am who?
I am the Lord your God, which have separated you from other people.
What the hell is the pastor teaching? Why is he telling we all going to get along and the salvation is for everybody and he loves everybody? We're reading out the Bible. He separated us from other people. And guess what? We separated to this day, no matter how much you try to love them. Have they invited you into their home and told you, hey, guess what, brother? We know that our foreparents raped, robbed, and murdered, and we got a leg up in America because of all the theft and had your people work for free. You think they would help you? Absolutely not. They'll tell you pull yourself up by your own bootstraps while you had over 1,000-year head start. I mean, come on, man. Who would even win that race? The so-called European is not a true warrior. He will only fight when he has an advantage. If the odds are even, there's no such thing as a fair fight with him. And so we got to understand the biblical narrative was never for us to all get along. The so-called Negroes, we're supposed to be with each other. The so-called Europeans supposed to be with each other. We're not supposed to be fraternizing with our enemy. All right? So give me the book of Genesis, what I had you reading, holding. Give me 32 and start at verse 8. Brother, this for y'all, because we got to stop living in America like this is the place to be. All of us got a point in time to die, but you want to die, I'd rather die as a warrior than as a victim, man. We always talking about catching a hat with our own people. Why don't you catch a hat with the goddamn enemy, man? The real enemy. You see what I'm saying? These race soldiers out here, these so-called European, these pale faces, man. We done forgot what they did to our foreparents, and we letting them slide. But we won't let our own brothers slide just from a simple dispute. We got to come back to real brotherly love, man. Can you imagine if all of us decided, all of the so-called gangs decided to go ahead and say, you know what, man, we're going to drop these flags. We're going to come together under one banner, which is our power as Israelites, and we're going to defeat this enemy. It'll be over overnight. It'll be over. Read.
Deuteronomy 32:7. Remember the days of old. Consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee thy elders, and they will tell thee.
And we're here with that elder spirit to tell you, because a lot of our people have forgotten or they just don't care. They're not concerned. Hey, that's the spirit, man. In an instant, it can happen, man. Go ahead, read.
Verse 8. When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance.
When the what?
When the Most High divided to the nations their inheritance.
So the Heavenly Father divided the nations. Why we keep saying we're supposed to get along? Why would you do that? Why would the pastor teach that? That's not biblical. And are we all getting along? Look, there are nations fighting right now. The Bible says nations shall fight against nations. That's nationalities against nationalities. Iran and the United States. What do you think, China? These are nationalities. Read on.
Verse 8, it says, when he separated the sons of Adam, he set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
He did what?
Come. When he separated the sons of Adam.
So when he separated the sons of Adam, it's very important to listen to this, brother. He separated the sons of Adam, meaning we all come from Adam.
That's right.
Read on.
He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
That means he separated us and had a hedge of protection around us, which is the Torah. He didn't give the laws, statutes, and commandments to every nation. He gave them to us. All right? Give me that in Psalms 119. You got a precept?
Well, I want to just read this last one.
Bring it up.
Let me back. Verse 9. For the YAHAWAH'S portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
That's who the Most High came for. And that's biblical. So this coming together that the Most High loves everybody is just not true. Matter of fact, we're going to show you where the Most High said that he has a favorite. All right? Give me the book of Leviticus, Salakia. Give me 2nd Esdras, chapter 5, 26 and 27 in the Apocrypha. Read what I had you hold.
You had me holding 21. Okay.
Was that it? Did you already read that?
No, I didn't. There's more.
Bring it up.
Ye shall therefore put a difference.
You shall what?
Therefore put a difference.
As the so-called Negroes, as the Israelites of the biblical narrative, we're supposed to put a difference, come on,
between clean beasts and unclean.
come on,
And between unclean fowls and clean.
come on.
And ye shall not make your souls abominable by beast or by fowl or by any manner of a living thing that creepeth on the ground, which I have separated from you as unclean.
So the heathens, show me in the Bible where the Most High ever said that the Israelites were heathens. You won't find it. He makes a distinction between the Goyim. Now, we behave like the heathens, and we're doing that now because we learn their ways, which we just read. He told us not to do. But now we see the condition of our people by learning their ways. Matter of fact, give me Deuteronomy 28 and 48, and then give me, of course, the classic Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Read what you got.
Khan, this is the book of 2nd Esdras in the Apocrypha, chapter 5, verse 26. Verse 25. And all the depths of the sea thou hast filled thee one river.
You see that? All the depths in the sea, he has spilled one river. Come on.
And of all the builded cities thou hast hollowed Zion unto thyself.
You got Apocrypha so he can see this? We're in the Apocrypha, 2nd Esdras. These are books that were taken out of the original 1611 King James Version, which we read from. 2nd Esdras, chapter 5, verse 26. Read.
And of all the fowls thou art created, thou hast named thee one dove. And of all the cattle that are made, thou hast provided thee one sheep.
You see that? One dove, one sheep, one river. Why is it hard to believe that he chose us? We do it. We special anyway. We do everything better than everybody else. Why you think they want to be like us? Read.
Verse 27. And among all the multitudes of peoples, thou hast gotten thee one people.
Wait a second. Now that's what verse you at? Read that again from the top.
Verse 27.
Read.
And among all the multitudes of peoples, thou hast gotten thee one people, and unto this people whom thou lovest, thou gavest a law that is approved of all.
So you see that? Is that it on that? Let's read on.
Verse 28. And now, O Yahweh, why hast thou given this one people over unto many, and upon the root hast thou prepared others, and why hast thou scattered thy only one people?
So we are the chosen people, but Ezra, the prophet Ezra, is asking, why did you give us over? Why are we suffering the way we suffer? This was the question, but he knew that we are his chosen people. Read on.
Khan. And upon the one root hast thou prepared others, and why hast thou scattered thy only one people among many?
Among many. So give me the book of 2nd Ezra chapter 6. It's the next chapter over, and let's start at 54. We're going to start at verse 54 and bring this up.
The book of 2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all.
Here's the answer. A lot of our people aren't investigating, but you ever wonder, well, why did he create everybody? Well, brother, if you ever ask that question in your spirit, he's going to show you. Read it again from the top.
2nd Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. And after these, Adam also whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him come we all, and the people also whom thou hast chosen.
Wait a second. So other people were made, but he also has a chosen people. That's a hard concept for our people to get. The Most High just said he got a favorite flower. He got a favorite bird, a favorite city, favorite children. Why is it that you can have something that's favorite? You got a trash can, don't you? There's certain things you just discard.
That's right.
The Most High, we got something for you. We're going to show you what he thinks about the other nations. Read on.
Verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. Verse 56. As for the other people, which also come of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing.
They are what?
That they are nothing.
They are what?
That they are nothing.
Read on.
But be like unto spittle.
That's spit. And we can't understand it. The pastor's not going to teach you that.
That's right.
Because that's separation and division and showing you that you're the king that the Most High has called you to be. And for so long, they tried to oppress this knowledge. But as the days are getting late in time, the truth is going to be revealed. Read on. And it's been right there on our shelf the whole time. Read on.
And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
That's not the first time he said they like on the spittle. The prophet Isaiah, give me that. 14, I believe it's 14. And is it 14 and 40? 40 and 15. Isaiah 40 and 15. Come on.
Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket.
The what?
The nations are as a drop of a bucket.
They're what?
As a drop of a bucket.
You care about if you taking water to your people, do you care if a drop fall out on the ground? He said the nations are like that drop. That's hard for us to believe, but it's biblical.
Right.
It's sensical. It's spiritual. It's righteous. Read.
And are counted as the small dust of the balance. Behold, he taketh up the isles as a very little thing.
It's nothing. That's what we just read. That's what we just read. So it's plain to see that there's separation is righteous. All right, give me Deuteronomy 7 and 6. Separation is righteous.
This is Deuteronomy 7 and 6. For thou art a holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people.
He chose us to be a special people, not everybody. Read.
The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
That sounds like segregation to me. That sounds like above. So you can't, as long as you see the danger of trying to be like somebody, because even if you were to be equal, it's wrong. We're supposed to be above. Even if you were able to achieve what the so-called Negro could never do in America, because they're not going to let you do it. Even if they could, we still talking about equality in 2026. From all these years, we still talk about, what are we doing? We're still marching and fighting for justice and peace. We're still talking about, what's the brother that got killed in New York? They thought he had a gun on him. We still Papoose made a song about him. Sean Bell, we still having these conversations. People still getting hung in certain areas of North Carolina, Negroes, so-called. Come on, man. What are we doing? It was never supposed to be. And if you're equal to them, you still breaking the law. Because the Most High said that you above them.
That's right.
Stop trying to be like them. All right, read on.
It's the book of Psalms, chapter 10, verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages. In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor. He lieth in wait secretly as a lion in his den. He lieth in wait to catch the poor. He doth catch the poor when he draweth him into his net.
Who's that?
Esau.
That's the read.
He croucheth and humbleth himself, that the poor may fall by his strong ones.
So this is the character of your enemy. And if you don't believe that he's your enemy, No, in that, give me Deuteronomy 28:40. And this is the Bible, brother. Bring it out.
This is the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 48.
Now, who does this sound like, bro? What's your name, brother? Anthony? All right, good to meet you. I'm Yakin now. Bring it out.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
What's the Bible say?
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies.
Hey, listen up real quick, Anthony, just to this one. I want you to hear this verse. This is probably the most important one because this identifies us. Read.
Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger, and in thirst, and in nakedness, and in want of all things.
If we want anything, where do we got to go? Who do we got to go to? We're supposed to go to the Most High. But we're in a condition now that he put us in because we didn't listen to him. So now we're servants. We're the peasants. We're supposed to be the kings. We're supposed to be on horses.
That's
right?
That's right.
So the condition that we're in is a result of our disobedience. But we were never supposed to be equal to them. And this is the result of not listening to our Heavenly Father. Read.
I'm sorry from the top. Therefore shalt thou serve thine enemies, which the Lord shall send against thee, in hunger and thirst and in nakedness and in want of all things. And he shall put a yoke of iron upon thy neck until he have destroyed thee.
That's why we in this condition. You're not in this condition because you're inferior. You're actually in this condition because you're superior, but you didn't submit to your power. Read.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth.
Now, what's the bird for this nation, for America? The eagle. Read.
A nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand.
We weren't speaking English when we came over here. Come on.
A nation of fierce countenance.
That English is even a bastard language of Britain. Read.
Which shall not regard the person of the old, nor shew favor to the young. And he shall eat the fruit of thy cattle and the fruit of thy land until thou be destroyed.
So everybody wants to talk about the so-called Holocaust, but nobody wants to talk about what the transatlantic slave trade and the condition of our people even to this day. The Bible, it's no way that those Jews could be the real Jews because the real Jews would still be impoverished. Matter of fact, give me Revelations. You know I want.
Priest, check this out. Check this out. When Hitler went after the Jews, the first place he started killing them and rounding them up in was Germany.
That's right. He was actually rounding his own people up.
His own people.
For impersonating us. Read.
Revelation chapter 18, verse 4. Verse 3. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partaker of her sin.
We got to come out of America. We got to come out of America. Let them hear this. Come on.
Come. And that ye receive not of her plague.
Because if we don't stop trying to assimilate, we're going to be destroyed right along with America. Because the Most High is destroying America. You can't see it. Because the infrastructure, is money ain't worth nothing. Soon it's going to be fighting in the street. Watch, they're going to turn on each other. And we got to sit back and enjoy the show. The enemy of my enemy is still my goddamn enemy, man.
That's right.
He's still my enemy. Read.
Come. This is Revelation 2 and 9. I know thy works and tribulation and poverty, but thou art rich. And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not.
They're blasphemy saying they're Jews. They're not the real Jews. And the Most High know you're the rich, you're the real Jews. You're the one that the inheritance, the covenant, salvation is for. Them the only people that the Messiah came for, us. Right. Matthew 15:24, I have not come before the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Come on.
Come. Which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
And you wonder why we call them Satan or the devil. Because all that is a deceiver. So I didn't want to be much longer. You got any other questions, brother? Since we're here, a lot of times I like to see if you got any questions, see if we can answer them biblically.
I'm just listening.
Okay. All praises, man. Let's put our hands together for the brother. What's your name again?
My name is Anthony.
Anthony. Let's put our hands together for Anthony. All right. And we're going to let the next powerful speaker come and further edify you. Who's speaking next?